Now, another part we are going to know about the oceanic features. All of you can see the heading. The oceanic features, there are given some different features and their names like continental margins, abyssal plains, mid-oceanic ridges. Just now what we have learned, their objectives, features, everything we are going to know now. The first is continental margins. What is written? And after reading all the landforms, I will give you a diagram about this oceanic features. Okay. So all of you can draw it as per your choices. First is continental margins. What it is? It's a transitional zone between the land masses and the deep ocean. That means the landmass where it joins with the deep oceans. In between these two places, we can see the continental margins, which comprises the continental shelf, continental slope, their rise, deep oceanic trenches, everything is present over the continental margins, and with the latter being particularly significant in the studying continental and the oceanic oceanic distribution. Come to the next part, which is abyssal plain. What it is? The abyssal plain. It's an extensive flat areas between the continental edges and the mid-oceanic ridges. That means it's a flat plain area and it lies between the continental edges and the mid-oceanic ridges, which serves as the final resting place for sediments from continents. Come to the next portion, which is mid-oceanic ridges. Just now we learned it's a volcanic origin, etc, etc. So what is written over there? It forms a continuous and underwater mountain range. That is the main features of mid-oceanic ridges, because we can't see it in the landmass. In the land area, we can see it underwater, the mountain ranges, and it's the longest on earth and characterized by a central rift system. That means this rise and fall kind of features we can have in these places, and with a high volcanic activity zone and fragmented plateau, and the flank zones are over there. Some of the examples are given like this. The mid-Atlantic ridge, it's a prime example of mid-oceanic ridges, and it stretches about from the Atlantic Ocean and features a central rift valley, and it's a key site for the studying of seafloor spreading and the volcanic activity. So from the above part of paragraph, what we have learned for the short pointers for revision, the first one is continental margins. This is the first landform whatever we have learned from this paragraph, that includes the shelf, slope, rise and trenches. These four parts we have learned, and it's a transition zone or intermediary zone, whatever you can say, between the land and deep sea. Deep oceanic trenches, it's an important for understanding the continental and oceanic layout. Abyssal plain, it's a flat area and extensive areas with the continental sediments between which two places, continents and the ridges. And the fourth one is mid-oceanic ridges. Many times we have learned it, I am not describing it later. And mid-Atlantic ridge, it's also exemplifies mid-oceanic ridges and important for the studying of seafloor spreading. Now if I am drawing something for the diagram, for the landforms whatever you have learned, just I am giving a mark out. If this is look like, and all the zones I will be marked over there for your understanding. Okay, now this places is known as mid-oceanic ridge. All of you can note down this mid-oceanic ridge. This is oceanic trench. Oceanic trench. This place is called the abyssal plain. You can see this is a plain land. It's called the abyssal plain. This is continental shelf. Continental shelf. All are under the sea water. I think all of you can understand. If I am drawing a boundary, then you can understand more than this. This is the boundary and it's called the sea surface. Okay. This slope, this is the slope. This slope is known as continental slope. In continental margin, we can have this slope, right? Just now we learned this topic. So that is your diagram. You can follow this diagram when you are describing these landforms.